anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us right here on The Splash Live. My name is Dave Scott. Very good to be with you on this rainy Tuesday morning right here in West Bloomfield. Splash is part of 90 minutes of live television each and every day right here in Civic Center TV. Of course, starts out with this half-hour program, and then we've got Tyler Keefe and the MegaCast coming in at 10 o'clock. He'll take a slightly wider view from a geographic standpoint of our area, look at all of Oakland County and the state of Michigan, as well as Greater West Bloomfield. The Splash, we are very local. West Bloomfield, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor. We got it for you right here. Easy to watch our show across many different platforms. Comcast Channel 15, we've been there for several years, over 20, and we're still there. AT&T Channel 99 in the Greater West Bloomfield area. You can go watch us there. Easy to find us on social media this morning, including Civic Center TV. Our website where we've got our live streaming video and a lot of other archives. And then we're on Facebook and YouTube as well. Civic Center TV, search for us there on those outlets, and you'll find our live streams. And then talking about live, we're live on the radio on Civic Center TV's very own radio station, 89.3 Lakes FM. Another great way to watch us each and every day. So glad to have you with us wherever you happen to be. Let's take a look at our weather around the Greater West Bloomfield area today. 55 degrees, nice and comfy, but we do have rain and clouds. Tomorrow, all the way up to 73. Tomorrow's Tiger opening day. Jared, does it really say rain on there for opening day? That can't be right. It's opening day. Oh, tomorrow's Wednesday. Today is Tuesday. Okay. Thank goodness. Opening day is on Thursday. So, and there we have the sunshine with a high 52. So that's pretty typical opening day weather. That's a lot better news. Thanks for getting me straight and on schedule. So today in the program, we're going to check in with Greg Flynn. He is the chief of the fire department here in West Bloomfield, talking about some possible renovations and updates for West Bloomfield Fire Station number 1. More on that in just a minute. And we're also going to hear from West Bloomfield High School sophomore Janae Bearden. She put together a video that I thought did a really nice job talking about the school's upcoming May bond proposal. So we'll take a look at that this morning, and then a whole lot more community information right here on Civic Center TV. So starting with the bond proposal, May 2nd, 2023, the West Bloomfield School District will have a bond initiative on the ballot. It's a $148 million bond, a 3-series bond. Here's the big deal the school district wants you to know. There will be no net increase to the tax debt for us here in West Bloomfield. The tax rate will not change. There were some taxes that were going to go away, in all honesty, and they are going to put this new $148 million bond in front of you in May and continue to borrow that money to be able to make some major facility upgrades. They're going to use it for high priority capital improvements, 2 elementary school buildings, STEAM, CTE space, multi-activity spaces, technology upgrades, and dedicated early childhood spaces. It establishes a 10-year facility improvement program. And again, we're going to hear from the superintendent. We already did. She's been on, of course, State of the Communities, and we'll have her on again. But really fine video put together by West Bloomfield High School sophomore Janae Bearden, featuring herself and other students from around the high school and their thoughts on this whole matter. So let's tune in and watch.
Hi everyone, I'm Janae Bearden, a sophomore at WBHS and a student in the Digital Media Arts class, which is a part of Career and Technical Education, commonly known as CTE. CTE, along with STEAM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math, are 2 areas that the West Bloomfield School District has plans to focus on improving with the new bond proposal. The addition and remodeling will help create an enhanced learning environment and provide much needed updated technology and equipment. When you're looking at old spaces, as you see here, it can be hard to conceptualize what they can look like. So we asked some students what the space could look like if the bond passes.
Yeah, this looks fantastic. Looks nice.
It's definitely an upgrade.
That would look sick. I like that.
Wow, it looks really nice.
It looks more spacious and open. our being there was kind of cluttered, and it wasn't a lot of room.
Yeah, people will be able to work together really well on this. It is a very collaborative environment.
Oh, that's a lot bigger than our shop that we have now.
It looks like a professional engineering class. That looks nice.
This looks so much better. So much cleaner. Brighter.
I was not ready for like just how modern everything looks though. This is like, wow, just so different from what we have. Like, it might just be because it's a rendition, but you know, something just fell in the background. That's how old this place is. It's practically falling apart.
I like the sunroof that we have, that this model projects, because adding in a lot more sun would be really nice, because none of our classrooms right now have any windows.
How people can look in there if they wanted to and see the machines working, and maybe might spark an interest that they never knew they had.
Yeah, this is all really cool, and like all the robotics stuff. And
oh, is that a robotics room?
Oh, it's a robotics.
It's pretty neat.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be super nice.
This new design is much more better than old one.
We need space. Space is just what we need, absolutely.
I would really love to work in this place. It seems like a really good place to work in, and like just hang out with other people, to work with them too.
I feel like this is a great improvement to our school.
yeah, this is super cool. I think it would definitely help out a lot of students and make it just an overall better learning experience, I think.
It's going to make life so much easier, you know, all this space, being able to think freely, being able to collaborate, it's like...
Wow, I'm just at a loss of words right now.
Don't forget to vote on or before May 2nd. There is an estimated zero tax rate increase over the current rate. These spaces will provide students with additional opportunities to learn in high-demand CTE and STEAM pathways. To learn more about CTE and STEAM, or about other highlights of the bond, I encourage you to visit www.wbsd.org/bond.
Right there at the end of the video, you did see some of the images of that STEAM space. And, you know, clearly these students are the beneficiaries of this bond issue. But 2 elementary schools, new facilities for STEAM. And again, we're going to talk to the superintendent, get more details coming up in the coming weeks before the May 2nd bond issue. Let's shift over to another infrastructure issue right here in our township. Joining us right now live in the Splash is our Fire Chief, Greg Flynn. Chief Flynn, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the Splash Live. Good to see you. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Good, good. Well, you presented before the West Bloomfield Township Board a study last night that was put together by Redstone Architects. This is for the renovation of Fire Station number 1, which is the fire station right down the street from West Bloomfield High School. You've got very modern facilities across the township, maybe with the exception of this fire station that was built back in 1971. Can you share with us, talk a little bit about the project that you introduced to the board last night?
Well, I have, first of all, very fond memories of Fire Station 1. It's where I was first stationed when I started here 25 years ago. And really, it's been a kind of that central station, you know, conveniently located in the center of the township and with easy access north and south on Orchard Lake Road. It really is in a perfect position strategically within the township. But last night, yeah, we had the opportunity to go over Redstone's, study results, which really concluded the main idea that it's functionally obsolete, Dave, and that's the reality of where we are in 2023. The workforce is changing. The services provided by the township circa 1971 and then here in 2023 are different. And this is just part of local government, is updating facilities. And I'm very encouraged by the support from the board last night to move forward with the next step that this is going to be one more step in maintaining that high level of service that our citizens have come accustomed to.
Well, that's a building that I've spent a lot of time in, and a lot of people in the community have had an opportunity to be in that building because we do our open house there every year. And, a lot has changed since 1971. I was reading some of the information. That building was built to a much lower standard, the kind that would be used for an office building, for example, not a fire station where you're in the middle of all kinds of emergency services. So it's that kind of thing. And then the other thing, I imagine, going back to 1971, were there any women firefighters in 1971 when that building was built?
Not to my knowledge, and you bring that point up, and just recently the number of women that we've hired is very reflective of the interest that all people are having in joining the fire service, and we definitely want to be a space that's welcoming to that, and to do that, our facilities need to be reflective of that commitment. And I know that's been something that the Township Board has been focused on, and this is just an opportunity to really reinforce those beliefs and make them a reality within the community and be reflective of those beliefs.
Well, whether there are any women working then, that building is not designed for the kind of workforce that you would have today. So we do have this one picture. It was a rendering that you had. Is this representative of some of the exterior things that you want to do, or are we just not that far along in the project yet?
Well, it would be a little premature to say this is what it would be, and I want to be careful of that because that would be putting the cart before the horse. But I think it's important to have a shared vision moving forward. So let's just, while you have that image up, let me pick a couple things apart on that. First of all is to modernize the exterior of the building. If you notice on the image that you have in front of you, that's a metal peaked roof, whereas when you go by Station 1 today, it's very much that commercial big box store look with the flat roof, a membrane roof, which we've had significant issues with over the years with leaks, and you just have that with flat roofs. So the idea would be to pitch that roof and make that a little nicer, and you'll notice that the colors and the materials on the exterior of the building are much more reflective of that Orchard Lake corridor. You've seen many of the strip malls and commercial buildings along there do upgrades, and the Township Board's been very supportive of that. And so it seems only logical that the township itself would be positioning themselves to be reflective of those same values and strategic planning along Orchard Lake Road.
Well, and that's really, most people, they're not going to ever be in your fire station. They're going to drive by and see it. But I know the nuts and bolts of what you need really happens inside the building, the infrastructure, the updates. People don't know this, Greg Flynn, Fire Chief, West Bloomfield, but you run an amazing, very technologically advanced department. And we have a fiber network. You have all kinds of digital communications that you use, I'm sure, for emergency services and also for training. And they're integrated into your facilities, but it isn't really easy to do that, as we're finding out over in the school. You've got to create, on the school side, you've got to create the proper spaces too for people to work in a society that's totally different than it was in 1971.
We have a really unique opportunity here with a township board that was supportive and instrumental in the construction of Fire Station 3. You have a township board that's working through and being very supportive of our law enforcement side, our police department, with the renovation of their building. And that will become a state-of-the-art dispatch center and police facility. And so it just seems very appropriate, in that project will be completed well before anything would start at Station.
Okay, well, it looks like we've temporarily lost Greg's connection, so we'll see if we can get that back. Let's take a quick break if we
Start
would.
at Station 1.
Oh, we've got it back.
To the
Okay,
total
good.
position future boards to be in a good place.
All right, Greg, we lost you there for just a second, but thank you. No, it's fine. Thank you very much for being with us. One final question. Do you still see Station number 5 being the headquarters for the fire department, or would it possibly move back over to Station number 1, which at one point in the earlier days was your main fire station?
The intent would be to keep headquarters right where it is. This facility is designed for that, and the design features that we would put into Fire Station 1's remodel would be very much reflective of operations and making sure some of those training components and the other things that you were mentioning, the technology gets incorporated into that footprint.
All right, well, good luck with the project. Keep us up to date if you would. Before we go, just if I can have one more minute of your time, Facebook story today. A couple of days ago at 7 o'clock, a resident heard a loud bang and found smoke coming into their attic here in West Bloomfield. They exited, called 911. You guys responded. You want to tell us a little bit about that story that ended up well?
Yeah, so crews were able to make a quick entry and suppress the situation and bring it under control. The notable part of that was, unfortunately, some of the smoke alarms that were within the home were not functioning. And so fire is everyone's fight. And part of that defense is to have working smoke alarms. And so I just would take this opportunity to remind people, if they have batteries that go in there, to replace those batteries and to test the smoke alarm, and that most of them are designed for about 10 years, Dave. And many of them come with that 10-year lithium ion battery now, and we just replace the whole unit. If anyone out there is really struggling with that, or isn't, has the means to update their smoke alarm, we'd encourage them to reach out to us, and we definitely like to try to make sure that those resources are made available to them.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Thanks for the update. We'll keep in touch on Fire Station number 1. And I checked my smoke detector last night when I saw that story. It's the spring forward, fall back thing. You're supposed to do it then. And honestly, I missed it. So I got my batteries up to date. I hope everyone watching takes an opportunity from this story to make sure your home is prepared and safe. Greg, thank you very much. He is the Chief, Greg Flynn, Fire Chief here in West Bloomfield. We're going to take a quick break. We have a ton to get to. We'll get caught up on the rest of what's going on in our communities as the Splash Live continues right after this.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Splash Live. Thanks again to Greg Flynn, our Fire Chief, for checking in this morning. Thank you for tuning in as well. So much going on in our community. Let's start with one of my favorite things. West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. Their summer guide is out. And if you don't have it, do just what that youngster is doing. Get it, take a look. There are so many incredible programs that go on in our West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Department. Classes of all kinds, senior get-togethers, outings, and there's something every week of the year, and that is the key, that summer guide. If you don't have one mailed to your home, go pick one up over the Parks and Recreation Department, or even easier, just go to wbparks.org and you'll get all the information. Speaking of things going on, of course, it's Easter week, so the Egg Scramble, I like the way they put that together at Parks and Rec. The Egg Scramble is going on this Thursday at Drake Sports Park, and I understand there are like 1 or 2 or 3 time slots for your young ones to get out and have all the fun. More of that information is available at wbparks.org/Spring Fling, and you can find out all that's going on with the Spring Fling Egg Scramble in West Bloomfield. West Bloomfield, not the only community in our area celebrating Easter. In Keego, 6,000 eggs, they say. Bring a group, bring a basket if you have one, or borrow one of ours from the folks at Keego. Get your picture taken with the Easter Bunny. Toddlers to 12-year-olds can have fun and participate in this free event sponsored by Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation, and the hunt starts at 11 o'clock sharp on Saturday. don't be late, they say. So get there a little early, hang out with other folks in the community. It's all going on in Keego Harbor on Saturday. So if you're a golfer, good news. The Oakland County Parks and Recreation Department tells us their golf courses are now open for the 2023 season. So I think the nearest one to me is Glen Oaks, which is actually in Farmington Hills, just south of West Bloomfield. But you got the Glen Oaks Golf Course, the Lion Oaks Golf Course, the Red Oaks Golf Course, Springfield, and then the one up on White Lake. Lots of golf courses in our area. You can get more information about the golf courses. They're affordable. They're in great shape. They're beautiful golf courses, and why not take advantage of it? I know they're probably a little damp and not completely ready for the season. They will get better, but they are open, and I know golfers, you guys have been dying to get out there after a long winter, so it is time to do that. Hey, we got a quick video here from the Oakland County Parks Department to get you inspired for golf season 2023. Let's watch. I mean, really, come on. We live in one of the most beautiful communities here in the country, and we have great golf. Get out and enjoy. Kudos to the Oakland County Parks for that nice video and the hard work and maintenance that goes into making these 5 golf courses, which are right in your neighborhood, available to you. Talk about hard work. How about the hard work that's been going on the last couple of days in Keego Harbor? Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation Department has been doing some cleanup. We got a picture right here. I mean, that is hard work. That comes from Facebook, and kudos again to the hard work that they are doing in Keego to get that area, that waterway cleaned up so the water will flow. Really, really great work, and you know, go ahead and help your neighborhood get ready for spring. Good place to start is right at home. Craft Night coming up in Sylvan Lake, and mark your calendar for a week from Thursday, the 13th. Now, the craft days that go on, craft nights, I should say, that go on, I believe, around the year, or certainly at least through the summer. The next one coming up is Thursday, the 13th of April, 6:30 p.m. at the amazing Sylvan Lake Community Center. And they say on Facebook, the inaugural craft is a May basket. You'll enjoy making this impressive and simple project and perhaps deliver it to a neighbor with a few flowers or treats in honor of May Day. May Day is a largely forgotten tradition celebrating the first day of May. We all think about April Fool's Day. Well, don't forget about May Day. Really signifying that winter has been left behind and we are ready for spring. So please join our good friends in Sylvan Lake for this great craft day. You'll need to bring a glue stick, a 12-inch ruler, and scissors. Extra to share, invite a friend. Great opportunity if you're into crafts to socialize with your neighbors. So, you know, you got golf, you got crafts, a wide variety of things going on right here in our area. Something for everybody. More information, you'll find it on Facebook. You'll find it on the Sylvan Lake website. And you can call Mary if you want to jot this number down at 248-410-1701, 248-410-1701. And you'll get all the information. So we've been talking about it, and I'm glad to continue to talk about it. And it's a new business coming here to West Bloomfield. Couldn't be more thrilled. Schuler Books, of course, we've had them on the show. They've announced their new location in West Bloomfield. It's located at the Gateway Center. Got a picture here that's down by Whole Foods. The Gateway Center is on Orchard Lake Road, just north of 14 Mile, on the west side of the road, just north of, just right where Northwestern Highway and the 14 Mile roundabout and all intersects there. And that is where the new Schuler Books is going to be. Now, Schuler Books is an amazing book retailer, and it's just fantastic that they are doing well enough, and they believe they can put a bookstore here in our community with Amazon and everything else going on. A lot of people buying their books online. Put not just a bookstore, but a big bookstore right here in our community. They've got one in Grand Rapids. They've got one in Lansing. They've got one in Ann Arbor. They decided to add a fourth location. And how about that? It's right here in West Bloomfield at the Gateway Center. 19,000 square feet, general interest bookstore. They say they'll carry all genres, feature children's and used books, seat up to 200 for author events. And I think that's one of the great things, that authors will be coming into our community. Hopefully we can get out and bring some of that to you. So the reason I bring it up today, other than just the general excitement about our community, how it's thriving and attracting businesses like this, the other reason I bring it up is they are hiring. So if you're looking for someone who enjoys sharing their love of books and working with a terrific team, you should get a hold of the people at Schuler Books. So you might want to write this down. All you got to do is send an email to Tim at SchulerBooks.com. It's Tim at Schuler, SCHULER Books.com to apply. They're looking forward to meeting you. Some of these may have already been filled, but they, at the time of the posting, were looking for a general manager. They were looking for an assistant manager, and then a receiver, and then all the other many positions that you would need, the retail positions and the other positions that you would need to make a big 19,000 square foot bookstore work. They're going to need your help. If you love books, if you're looking for a job, there you go. We got it. Good job, Jerry, getting it up on the screen already. There is the email information. You can count on the fact that we'll be contacting people at Schuler Bookstores and get an update. I'm going to try to swing by there if I can later on today with a camera and just get a couple of shots to bring you up to date on how things are going. I'm really excited about this because, again, having a treasure like that in our community is fantastic. And then I also just feel it talks about how vibrant and viable of a community we are. When you take a look at the development that is going on the corridor on Orchard Lake Road that extends from that mall north. We've seen a lot of development on the east side of the road, right where the intersection is of Northwestern Highway. Of course, the major road improvements that have happened over there over the last several years. The big improvement to update Orchard Lake Road between Northwestern Highway and Maple, and fix the traffic flow and the nice banners and everything we have there. And, you know, it's always a struggle in the retail space to keep all the businesses full. But people still want to develop and come to our community. There's the huge new apartment development that's going on right there. So very active development going on in our community, and that only means, especially during these times, that only means that our community is vibrant. So that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning into The Splash. Thanks to Greg Flynn for taking some time to tell us about what's going on at the West Bloomfield Fire Department #1, some of the plans they have coming up for that project. We'll be back here tomorrow morning at 9:30 with more of the same. A lot of information going on right here at home in your community, all across West Bloomfield, Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, and Sylvan Lake. Thanks, Jared. Good job on the show today. Thank you for tuning in. Tyler will be in just a moment with a MegaCast.